Listen to this podcast right now! Do you want to hear a fucking podcast about anything and everything? Yeah. Like movies, music, television, and more?
Oh my god.
Well, you've come to the right place.
Yes.
Subscribe to Journey into Comics Network, and you get Podcastrophe, hosted by me,
Yes.
Dick. Why not throw a couple bucks to the Patreon? It's your choice. Yeah. This is a Podcastrophe.
That sounds so awesome.
The following
is a Journey into Comics.
Journey into Comics.
It's a Journey into Comics.
Journey into Comics.
Journey into Comics.
Journey into Comics.
Network.
Production.
This is a tasty burger.
You ever tried shawarma? There's a shawarma joint about 2 blocks from here. I don't know what it is, but I want to try it.
Do you want some coffee, Mr. Tully?
Do I? Yes, have some.
Yes, have some.
Is butter a carb? Will you stop eating?
We elves try to stick to the 4 main food groups. Candy, candy canes, candy corns, and syrup.
I ate his liver with some fava beans and a nice Chianti.
Hey everybody, and welcome to another episode of Foodies Watching Movies. I am your host, Veronica, and this is Season 3, Episode 13. Joining me, as always, Nate Phillips.
Oh, you almost called me Nathaniel live on the podcast.
Yeah, I was going to do that, but I didn't want to be like that.
You can call me Nathaniel. I don't mind.
But we're all friends here. We can be Cash. You can be Nate.
Okay, I'll be Nate today. Hi, thanks for having me back to the show. I'm so glad to be here again.
Yeah, no problem. Joining us, a recurring guest host on the season of Foodies, Miss Sara. How's it going?
It's okay, you know.
Yeah.
Had a really weird day today. There was snow in the morning, and then there was no snow anywhere when I was done with
now it's super nice out.
Yeah.
It's super duper nice out now.
I went into somebody's house for a little under 2 hours, and I walked out, and all the snow was gone.
Like it never happened.
Yeah, it was a weird other side this morning, and for the first time, I drove with my new prescription sunglasses.
Ew.
And
grown-up life.
Man, that's crazy. That's crazy. I won't talk about all my battles with my vision, but yeah, that's the first time I ever got to do that. And then it was like snow on the trees for no reason.
That's
and
really
it
weird.
was a winter wonderland, and the plows were like, well, it's going to be like 60 and melt later, so we're not going to go out and salt and do anything. Mm-hmm. So it was like this fresh virgin snow world I just went out in this morning. And I didn't know it was there. I opened the door and I was like, oh, I'm going to wipe my car off now.
We're in Indiana.
Right.
That's right. We live here.
And it was super slick because there's been no snow on the ground. So as soon as it dumps all of that, then it makes all the stuff on the road get slippery. So it was just like the first day of winter all over again. And then I left and it was no snow on the trees. None of it. There was like a few tiny little shady patches that had snow, and it's just like bone dry and beautiful and sunny outside right now.
So you just had like a winter wonderland bubble pop for you.
It
was like the universe.
Strange morning.
It was like the universe testing you and saying, "Hey, get ready for next winter. Here, just have this one. It's like a quick test.
Quick more.
Test.
Yeah.
There's one more for you."
Also joining us today, let's not forget we have a very special guest. Welcome back for the first time since episode 2 or 3 this season, Mr. Andrew Youhas. How's it going?
It's going great, and as always, I'm glad to be back. I always have so much fun, not just doing this podcast, but just in general with you lovely people talking about food and movies.
Yeah, we do talk about that a lot.
We have a really crazy weekend to kind of unpack that involve both food and movies.
Oh my God, so much good food.
I already know what the episode title is. Youhas goes north instead of Ingrid goes west. Youhas goes north. It's perfect. Or I guess Youhas goes east first, because that's really where the journey started. You met us in Indianapolis on Friday, dude.
Yes.
How was the drive?
Well, the drive to from where I'm at, which is near, let's just say Champaign, Illinois, to Indy, that was about an hour-ish drive. Nothing crazy.
So that's not
Everything
too
was
bad.
fine. It was honestly, and I think we will all agree on this, it was the drive from Indy to here, Chicago area, that was at like what, 5 in the for 4?
Yeah, we'll get into
my
that.
God.
We'll definitely get into that in a
was
second. But
a long night.
yeah, it was crazy because we were playing in Indy, so we did the show. That'll probably be more heavily recapped on Monday's JIC that I haven't yet recorded, but you've already heard if you're a listener of all the shows. It's fucking weird. It's weird how that works. I don't like it. It hurts my brain. But no, just a brief on the show. Like, it was a really good show and whatnot. But like, we got done with the show and we were fucking hungry, and that's why we're here to talk about food. So our first food venture was to the motherfucking IHop.
Yeah, drama.
Man,
Indy edition.
It was so good. Indy edition. I love that. Man, so we got there. And
Can I just say, I haven't been to IHop.
No, we
in
don't.
years.
We don't frequent the IHop.
We do not. We don't really have one close around here. The one that is close, like,
you know
it's
what's
just
funny?
off the beaten path. We never think to even go there.
I just thought of something. We relived last weekend this weekend because we were faced with the IHop choice last weekend at JJ Kelly's and chose not to go.
Yeah, yeah.
Ooh,
the
that's
last show we
true.
had, we're like, oh man, we want some motherfucking breakfast.
yeah.
And then we're
Great.
like, oh,
And we're like,
man,
but
we
we
just
also
need to go
want
home.
Pajamas.
Everybody had to work the next day, so we're like, fuck it, that'll be for a special day. And the special day arrived, and we had motherfucking IHop, and it was delicious.
What did you guys order? Because my order, like, I looked at the menu, and you know me. It's the first thing I see that catches my eyes, what I'm always going to order, because I know what the best thing on any menu is at any given time. You've said it time and time again.
Yeah, Nate's pretty good at ordering.
And I just, like, they had the international pancake section, and the fucking last one at the bottom was the Mexican tres leches, and I said, sold. I don't need to look at anything else. It's what I want.
And I immediately said, thank God, because I really wanted to try those, but I didn't want to order just, like, pancakes. I wanted breakfast.
Well, and then as like the conversation started kind of moving along, you said something about, like, well, do you guys see this, like, breakfast pancake combo?
Such a good deal.
What the fuck? It was the best deal. You got your choice of whatever, 2 eggs, however you liked them, either 2 bacon or sausage and hash browns, plus 2 pancakes from any of their pancakes on the menu.
That was insane.
Mm-hmm.
I felt like a criminal. I was like, I guess I'm going to order the Mexican tres leches on this. Is that... Am I robbing you guys right now? But like,
you guys all got that, right? You guys all got the build your own pancake meal, right?
Hell yeah, I did. That's exactly what. Man.
What kind of pancakes did you get, Sarah?
Oh, I got your standard blueberry pancakes, and they had like fresh blueberries in the pancakes, and then like it was the blueberry kind of like I don't know if it's like pie
It's
filling.
not like a syrup. It's like a sundae syrup almost.
Yeah, but it was thicker, almost like a pie filling on top. But normally that's kind of like, all right, I'm on the fence when I see it. But this was it wasn't quite savory, but it wasn't super sweet. It
had some spices to it.
Yes, it had like layers of flavor in it, and a very nice blueberry flavor that wasn't super artificial, because I'm very particular.
So you weren't upset that they had, because it looked like they had, like, you know, when we used to go to Frank's, they would put that like fake pie filling shit on their
No,
pancakes.
it wasn't that. It tasted like, I mean,
probably made like a simple syrup, like in house, like with the blueberries.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, I don't know. It
And
was
sugar
really
on the
good,
stove.
like fresh tasting. It didn't taste like it was some weird frozen pie filling or like from a bag, or it might have been. I don't know, but it tasted good to me because it wasn't super sweet, which it had just the right level. So I ate every bite. Yeah, that is the best deal that they have at the IHop.
I don't know. I got the split decision breakfast, which
Also looked
I
like a
thought
good
was
choice.
A great deal.
There was too much on that though, man.
I don't know.
And it
like,
didn't
I
have the
got-
hash browns.
Oh,
that was
true.
the problem, but it had French toast.
God damn it, though.
Right.
True.
But I only took one bite of the French toast because it was cold and not very good. It was like
I didn't know.
it tasted like it had been made like an hour before and then just put on my plate.
Warmer, yeah.
Yeah, like it tasted not fresh. So I didn't eat the French toast. I just had your standard buttermilk pancakes because I never order pancakes when I go out for breakfast. I never get it because I love toast and I love waffles and I love crepes and all that other shit. So I'm like, fuck it. I'm just going to go basic and get these these buttermilk pancakes, and it was so good.
Yeah, but
they were incredible.
But you got to do the freestyling with all the different syrup
That's
options.
another reason why I
Right.
did that. I wanted to try all the different syrups that they had on my table, which was the old fashioned, which was, I thought, the best.
Of course.
The blueberry was very good. I didn't like the strawberry. It tasted very
artificial,
like it was for a sundae.
Like
it
was not what you want with a
really
pancake.
sweet. It wasn't syrupy. It was just like straight up sundae sauce, and I didn't like that. But the butter pecan one tasted good, but I thought it tasted exactly like the old fashioned. So yeah, it had me. The blueberry was really good. I liked that.
Yeah, and like about ordering pancakes, I mean, let's be honest, a lot of these diners are using boxed mixes to make their pancakes.
These pancakes
you can
are
tell.
so fluffy and good.
Yeah, it's, the International House of Pancakes.
Yeah, they're doing it right.
My house of pancakes.
My house of pancakes.
Mr.
Yeah.
Youhas is not escaping this question. on your pancake combo, what was your rundown? I didn't say this either, but I went with bacon because fuck yeah, and then I got my hash browns well done and scrambled eggs.
So I actually, for my pancakes, I got the strawberry banana one on a whim because I thought about the blueberry, but then I was like, I'll just try something different. So I got that, and what that simply was the 2 pancakes, which, by the way, had banana infused into the pancake.
Ooh.
Holy
The only way that
shit.
could have been better is if they put chocolate chips in it too.
I know what to say about those
right?
bananas.
But
oh hell yeah!
But yeah, then on top it was cut strawberries and bananas and whipped cream, so it was already great. And then I got bacon and I got the hash browns, and then I actually got my eggs over medium, and they were quite delicious.
It's hard to get good eggs at breakfast places. But I liked that on the menu at IHop they actually had a little section that said how they make their eggs and how you can ask for them. And it said in the description, over medium, and what the description of an
It's
over
a
egg.
mostly cooked egg.
Yeah,
And it's not
and
fully...
they did it right.
Smart.
Mine were closer to fried than over medium.
I was getting ready to ask.
I got scrambled eggs with American cheese like I always get because I love that shit.
You almost got 2 motherfucking split decisions. They probably dropped 2 on your on the table.
I know.
That's right.
Yeah, they brought out a bunch. Yeah, mine came with like bacon, sausage links, pancakes, French toast, and eggs. I would have forgone the French toast in lieu of hash browns. That would have been great. But otherwise, it was a great breakfast at like fucking 4 a.m. The service was horribly slow. They were nice. Everybody was nice though. That's like everybody was nice. It was fine. It took a really long time, and we were exhausted because we just played a really
energetic
show at the Mill, and had lots of friends come out that we got to hang out with, and it was really fun. So we were like just ready to fucking go.
Well, we were definitely buzzing off the show, like just like the energy of playing that show. But then like I know we were all at the table like.
It was worth getting home and like stumbling into bed at like 6:30 in the morning to get pancakes.
Yeah, it really was.
That was worth it. I'd do it again.
But next time I want to try some of their other pancakes. Like I'm already thinking about the next trip. Like
they had a cheesecake one. Strawberry cheesecake pancake.
I didn't see anything past Mexican tres leches. Like I saw that on the menu and I was like, fuck everything else. Like that's what I want.
You're all about that Mexican food. We had good Mexican food.
We had some excellent Mexican food for lunch.
Fucking Segway City, USA. Sarah, love it.
Very next one, yeah.
Okay. Okay, well, hey, Youhas, you've now joined the club. You're the first person that we've taken to Boss Man Tacos and given the real experience. You sat down at the restaurant, enjoyed it how we love enjoying it. We hyped it on an episode a few weeks ago where we like gave a really beautiful review of that place. I just want to again sing my praises in general for Boss Man Tacos. I do really love what they're doing.
Oh my god, it's so good. It's so fresh.
We finally stumbled up and got ourselves all alive and got out the door at like 3-something in the afternoon yesterday.
Well, yeah, that's what happens.
Don't judge us. We go and we went to Boss Man Tacos. Now, I want to know, what was your experience like? Throw it down for us.
It was a very, very, very good experience because, from where I come from, there's not a lot. There is one, but there's not a lot of Mexican restaurants that do it like Boss Man Tacos because it just, like Sarah said, it's so fresh. Like we got guacamole And I could just taste
It was
the
so
onion and
good.
the cilantro. Oh my God.
And like the chunks of tomato and onion are like small enough to like have a piece of it on like every bite of chip you had. It was so good.
And then on top of that, the tacos that I'm just kind of used to, they called here straight tacos for like $1. You can
The dollar tacos are where it's at.
Oh yeah. You would order. I eat like 3 or 4 of them. You spend less than $5 and you're stuffed for like, Oh, it's so good. Anyways, continue.
Well, I forget what it's called because I know there's 2 versions. There's like Gringo style where it's
Amigo.
Amigo
style is with the onion and cilantro.
On the corn tortilla.
Yeah. And that's the way I prefer it because I'm like, ooh, this is so good. And all of that for
So
$1.
simple.
So much flavor packed into a $1 taco. And that was also, like the taco place I'm thinking of back home, it's called Tacos y Nieves. You could do that. Like you can get an al pastor like with the marinated pork. You can get an asada with the steak. But that stuff is like $2. It's like considered a luxury. Unless it's beef, it's $2. Taco. And yet here it's $1. And if you want to go gourmet, they've got these insane tacos that you can get.
We've tried a lot of them.
Most of them at this point. I think I've actually marked 90%. I was looking at it yesterday. I've marked 90% of them off my list. I think I only have like a few to try. The veggie one is one I haven't tried yet, which you have tried though.
That's Sarah's typical go-to, the crispy
I've had it a
veggie.
couple
The
times.
crispy veggie. I also have not tried the. There was one on the pork. I can't remember what it was called. I'll have to.
Did you try the shrimp with the pineapple slaw and pico?
Yeah. That what the hell was that one?
The tropical one or something?
Yes. Yeah. So far, I've loved every. I don't think we have a menu in there. I'm gonna look it up on. Do you want to pull up DoorDash? That'll be maybe the best place to. We can dish on some of the things. Continue on, though, sir.
I was
Sorry.
just gonna say real quick while that gets pulled up. Can we just take a second to talk about the sauces that were just preloaded on the table?
The table sauces. Dude. That guac sauce, like the avocado cream sauce, is so good.
Insane.
It's like super fresh, like Mexican garden.
So now what
flavor.
I think we should do is every time we
Spicy.
get takeout from there, we should save those packs because they give you little versions of those.
No shit, really?
Yeah, and I had never tried them, here because I just don't think about it. But the way they present it, it's in the squeeze bottle. It's right there in front of you on the table. They give you the chips and salsa for free. You're just like, oh, I'm into this.
It's perfect. And then they had that salsa verde, and then like a pineapple or a mango habanero.
It was
sauce.
pineapple.
Pineapple.
Yeah. Pineapple habanero.
You said that one was spicy, so I didn't try that one.
Bright fucking orange. You did. You ended up trying it.
Oh no, I did try it. I didn't really taste it. Probably because I was really jamming that the avocado one, and that one had some heat to it.
Yeah.
Oh, also we got nachos.
Yeah.
Oh, I made the best fucking decision to get the nachos with real nacho cheese on them.
It's
And with
been a long
the
time
guacamole. Oh, it was
I've
a long
had-
time coming.
Yeah, nacho cheese like that. Because it's just been gradually, you guys, it's like things change over the years and you just don't know. It's not always like...
Butterfinger's gone.
But it's
like
not
everything.
always like the Butterfinger. The Butterfinger, they just took it away from us.
Right.
They just took it away. But like the nacho cheese, you guys haven't realized has been slowly but surely watered down, but kept the same
Like when
color.
they changed it at the movie theater.
Yes,
it used
they
to be
did.
so good, and now it's like different and spicy and gross.
It tastes like spicy in the back of your throat with zero flavor of cheese.
Right.
Zero cheese flavor. They just cover it with this spicy, like, oh, spicy nacho, huh? Look, it's the right color. It's like the color's just going to fill in the flavor for you.
Right.
It doesn't even smell like nacho cheese half the time. You get it and smell it, and you
Gross.
smell tortilla chips, and you're like, why?
Yeah.
But this nacho cheese tasted like what I remember nacho cheese is supposed to taste like.
Authentic, like
It had-
real, like really good flavors.
And the texture was right. It wasn't this watery, weird, like
Yeah, it was
drip to the
thick.
bottom and get it soggy. Like even the chips that had it covered in the stuff had a little bit of sogginess, which when you have nachos, that's okay. You know, you expect a little bit, but it didn't totally fall apart like some pile of mush. Like these nachos, what happened to the cheese sauce, you guys?
Yeah, man.
It just made that made
It's
me
real.
nostalgic.
Yeah,
you
enter
know?
Boss Man Tacos because
Yeah, it was good stuff.
Okay, so I've tried all but 5. And 4 of them are in one category none of us have ordered from yet. Beef. We have not yet tried any of their beef tacos. They're kind of, I mean, beef is just, it's weird because like we can make that at home, so I don't think about like.
Well, we can make any of it at home, really, but not like how they make it.
Exactly.
I've had the beef street tacos before.
Good.
Like just the ground beef, your standard. Is that what you got? You didn't? Did you have beef or steak?
I had steak.
The steak
and
street
pork.
taco.
I had steak and pork.
The steak
Chorizo.
ones are
You
my
had
favorite.
The steak
chorizo.
ones are the ones I like usually.
That's my favorite.
But I had some beef ones
Was it
a
good?
couple
I
weeks
don't
ago.
typically like ground beef, so I don't order it.
Yeah.
I liked it. I thought it had a different taco flavor than what you think of, because we think of white people tacos. I hate to say it when you think about
you.
beef
Oh,
the
tacos.
gringo.
You think about I'm gonna go and
tomato
get
cheese.
the Old El Paso seasoning pack, which I don't buy those. I like the La Preferida brand.
Hell yeah.
Whatever
Yeah.
that. I like that brand. I bought that one for a long time, but it's besides the point. You think of that like taco flavor, where it's just
Salt
that
and
powerful, salty, whatever. I don't know what it's
cumin.
covering.
My mom used to make me make like the ground beef with a packet of that shit.
Yeah.
And I hated it.
Yeah. But these tacos had
Sorry, I was just
like
triggered.
Real talk.
they had a flavor to them that I could tell somebody came up with. Do you know what I mean? Like that they experiment and came up
It
with
wasn't
this.
just cumin and salt. And
No,
pepper.
it's not like a beef any beef taco flavor I've had before. It's very good. I'm interested to know what the gourmet dress up is for this beef they have,
Well, I'm going to talk about it.
I like
actually.
the steak better just because I like the texture of the steak better.
Me too.
It just has that steak flavor to it. But I did appreciate the beef tacos for what they were.
Well, I'm going to have to try these
was good.
elevated gourmet versions of the beef tacos next time.
What do they have? What do they have?
So they've got the super taco, which is beef with lettuce, tomato, cheese, tzatziki sauce.
Whoa, that's left field.
On a warm pita.
Fusion cuisine.
Yeah.
That's a fusion taco right there,
Yeah.
a fusion dance.
They have the
Oh my
gringo,
God.
which is pretty obvious what that's going to be. It's beef with lettuce, tomato, cheese, and sour cream on a hard shell held tight with a flour shell and guacamole.
I'm so happy they call it the gringo.
Yeah.
That's hilarious. And they're like
You know
the
what's
real
funny?
way is the amigo.
You know
with
what's
the
funny?
cilantro
Yeah.
and onion.
The
I
the,
love that.
The gringo is the second cheapest taco on the specialty menu.
Oh.
It's only $2.75.
Wow.
I wouldn't order that. I don't like that.
The sloppy Jose, not the sloppy Joe now. The sloppy Jose.
That one's for you, isn't it?
Beef with pickled jalapeno, pepper jack cheese, sour cream, and Fritos on a flour tortilla.
There it
yes.
is. Nate's flexing.
I'm wood.
Nate's
I am
flexing.
wood. I wasn't flexing. I was getting wood. That was me.
He's flexing.
Boing.
Yeah.
And then
that.
yeah. And,
well.
and last but not least, the puffy taco. God, I don't really like that name, but I digress. A San Antonio favorite, puffy taco shell with ground beef, lettuce, tomato, and cheese.
That sounds gross.
Must be something that's, localized to there.
Not for me.
But what did you guys order this time, this trip around? What did we actually order for your tacos?
I ordered something new.
Sure, what did you order? Let's talk about it, because
I
I got
don't
the menu.
typically order chicken tacos.
Or anything new, usually.
Yeah, I don't like new things.
No.
I usually get like what I like.
Or some interpretation of the same thing.
Whatever. I've been doing a lot better.
Today-
You have been doing better.
I've been doing
you've
way
been
better.
eating fearless
Yeah.
like
I've been
this
eating
podcast
fearless.
But
tells
that's
you.
why
I
I'm
tried
pointing
the
it
spicy
out.
salsa.
Yeah.
I'm doing better.
Yeah, 'cause you're
trying
doing
to
better.
expand my horizons because I'm 31. I'm a fucking grown up. I can do that now and be okay with it. You know,
You're not going to die.
I'm not gonna. Well,
You're not, you're not going to.
You know what? I think maybe because I'm getting older, I realize that someday I am going to die. So I am going to try all the things that I want to try because why
Right.
not?
Yeah.
Right?
Well said.
Yeah.
Fucking
Perfect.
A.
Okay. So yeah, I tried some new shit today or the other day.
Yeah, what'd you
I got
get?
the chicken tinga. Is that what it is?
Yeah, do you want me to run
Yeah,
down what's
yeah.
on the chicken tinga?
What's the rundown?
The chicken tinga features chipotle chicken, avocado, and corn relish, tortilla strips, and cilantro garlic aioli on a corn tortilla. You subbed the corn tortilla this time.
I don't
and
like corn
went with
tortillas.
Flour.
I always get flour tortillas. It's a taste thing, texture thing. I don't know why. I have a lot of hang-ups with food that come back to like my childhood hang-ups with food.
If you ever want to talk about them,
corn
this is the
tortilla-
podcast to do it.
I never liked it. My mom would always make me like brown the ground beef and put the little packet in. And I always enjoyed cooking it. I couldn't stand the texture. And then like this, it just put me off of it. And then I started getting mad anytime like we didn't have flour tortillas. And then it just turned into a thing. I don't want to talk about it.
It's okay. You don't have to talk about it any further. What else did you order? What did you think of the chicken tinga, actually? And funny to mention, I think 3 of us ordered the chicken tinga. Youhas, you got a chicken tinga?
That was my gourmet taco, yeah.
And I did as well.
Yeah,
we all 3
we
got
decided
one.
to try it because the waitress suggested it. She said, if you haven't had that yet, then you should try it.
She fucking sold me.
Yeah, she said it was good. So I tried it. I actually didn't eat that one because I got so full from my first taco. So I was only able to take like 1 bite of I took 2 bites of the chicken. The first bite was like, ooh, this is delicious. I'm going to take 1 more bite because I'm going to die if I keep eating. And then it like exploded like all over it like all just fell apart because it was all just sitting too long in the juices and like, I was like, okay, well, I'm not eating that anyway. So
itself.
that settles that. So I didn't eat it. But it had like radish on it, and the corn relish was really yummy. I liked that. I don't think I would get it again, just because of mess factor. But the other taco I got that I would get again was it was like a scrambled egg taco with salsa verde.
The hangover helper.
Yeah.
The hangover helper.
It has,
now that one had some like liquidiness to it as well, but that's only because it had scrambled eggs in it.
That was a motherfucking breakfast taco.
Oh, it was
like
so
breakfast.
good.
Jesus. It has tortilla chips sauteed in salsa verde with scrambled eggs, chicken, crema, and cilantro on a corn tortilla. Again, you sub the corn for the flour. We don't need to get into why. You already did. So you definitely...
Let's not go there.
Let's pretend that didn't happen. Moving on.
So, question. You've tried now... Did you try a bite of the jerk chicken one that I had? I don't think you did, because that shit was spicy. I
say
warned
jerk,
you.
that'll be spicy.
It was...
No, I didn't.
Fucking... The first time we sat down and ate in there, I had the jerk chicken, and it was insanely hot. Like, holy shit.
I wanted to try that Californian burrito that you had.
That is the fucking
that looked really good.
let me say. Now, so you had those 2 tacos, which were diggity. You had a chicken tinga. What was your second taco?
Well, my second taco, so to speak, was just 2 street tacos, 1 steak, 1 pork.
Oh, no, you went chorizo, right?
That's what it was. That's right. I did not have al pastor. I had chorizo, yeah.
Yeah. Because I had... Oh, you know what? I didn't even end up asking you. How did it taste?
I did. I really, really liked it because as we were talking about it yesterday, sometimes the problem with chorizo is that it's either not spiced enough, so it's just kind of like no different than any other crumbled meat you can get, or it's too chorizo-y, where it's just overwhelming and it's like, well, I'm not really getting the flavor that I want. But no, I thought it was really good, but that chorizo, much like I take that seasoned beef, and much like the cheese and everything else that we had, I mean, this place, man, like, if I had to come up with just one word, if I had to, at gunpoint, I would say authentic. This was fucking phenomenal. I love this place.
Fucking hey, I love that review. I'm gonna make sure Vinny hears that. He'll really feel. The dude that owns this place is such a sweet dude. I left a really beautiful review, and like he reached out to me and was like, in 30 years of business, no one's review has ever made me cry. Like, that was crazy. And I was like, what the fuck? You know, like, that's wild or whatever. But
that's sweet.
Everybody that works there is really nice.
God,
like, their staff is really good.
They have hired, you know what? And I was actually going to say that. I was saying that at the table yesterday. I looked back at the people working the grill, people that are preparing our food. You know what they look like they were doing? Working with a purpose. And not just like
assembling shit.
They were doing it with not only love, but with like precision. They wanted to be on, and they were moving with purpose. You know, they had a little fire under their ass to get us our food, and it was great. Sarah, what were your tacos?
Well, I had the crispy veggie taco. I've had that.
Here we go.
I've had that a couple of times. It was good. It's always pretty good. You can read off what's on there.
Crispy veggie features fried yellow squash. Yummy. Is everything I'm about to list fried or just the yellow squash? Because it also then says...
Just read off the list and I'll tell you.
Fried yellow squash, zucchini, and cauliflower.
That was all... Yeah, it's all like tempura battered fried.
Fucking
like that
A.
type of
Sounds
crispy.
great.
With
I love that.
avocado and corn relish.
Yeah.
Garlic aioli.
Mm-hmm.
On the corn tortilla, which you love corn tortilla.
Yeah.
And that's your go-to. So you just...
Yeah, it was whoever was making them today was very generous with the topping, or not today, but when we had it, whoever was making them that day was very generous with the toppings this time. Sometimes it's depending on who's making it, so it was a little bit messier than usual today. Or today. Why do I keep saying today was my problem?
It's fine. It act like we were
Oh my
there
God.
today. It's fine.
We were not there today. I told you guys.
When were we there?
I had
Time
a
is
weird
subjective.
day.
That was yesterday at 3.
It was yesterday. That's
Yeah.
right. I feel like that was like 30 years ago already.
It's been the 6 a.m, and then I told y'all my weird morning today. I'm just like out of it.
You've stepped into a different dimension since we've had those tacos. So
And
I don't know,
I kept
but it was
thinking
good.
that yesterday. I kept thinking that yesterday was like Sunday, and I was like, "Oh my god!"
It's because
I'm
we played
supposed to
the
be
Mel
going
on a
to
Friday.
work. Right? Because we usually play shows on Saturdays, and we played a show on Friday.
Right.
And Andrew came into town on Friday, and
It's been very eventful.
it's been a long weekend of traveling and doing lots of things, and very little sleep.
But that's good.
And I
It
have to go to
keeps us
work
spry.
in a little bit today. I have to go do a bunch of food prep, and I'm just so tired. But at least my job is something that I enjoy doing, because I really enjoy cooking, and I'm lucky to have it.
Hell yeah.
perfect.
So back to it, Sarah. What was your second taco, or did you get a second gourmet?
I had the Boss barbecue chicken.
Oh, you know my opinion to this, but talk
Yeah.
about
Oh,
it.
that chicken. Yeah, that was good.
It was, the slaw is what knocks it out of the park. But you know what? I would actually say the slaw and also the freshness of the chicken, because that, you guys know, well, I don't know if Andrew knows, but you guys know that I get weird about chicken.
You always get the bad pieces.
I get the chickeny chicken,
unintentionally.
the tendony, chickeny,
Gristly.
It's
I have
literally
issues.
every single time we have chicken, which is often.
Like, seriously, Youhas, we could go to McDonald's right now and order 100 chicken McNuggets.
She
and
would pick
split
one,
them
and
evenly
it would be like
between-
black inside.
and she would get the
It would
only
have,
fucked
like,
up one.
Oh my god!
a chicken foot inside of it or
it'd be
something.
like a chicken heart or something, and they're just beating, and I bite into the nugget.
Comes alive.
It's like the
Yeah.
Tetris 99 thing all over again, but with chicken.
I know. Oh yeah.
We can talk about that on the show. I don't give a fuck. Bring it up.
Detour timeout. We
Best
were
story
playing.
ever.
I was showing Mr. Andrew how to play on my Nintendo Switch Tetris 99, which is a battle royale Tetris. I will not get too deep into it because
It's very
they don't
ragey.
even tell you how to play. It's not even that it's ragey. It's just like
Unfair.
it's so you have to be so on top of it that like you can't even be mad when it happens. You just have to be like, because sometimes like there'll be like 13 people targeting you at once, and you'll be completely cleared of lines. I'm sure most of you have played Tetris at least once or twice in your life, and you'll be completely cleared, and the other players will attack. So like when they get Tetrises and like big lines and stuff, it throws junk at you, and it'll just push you completely off the screen, and you just go, well, them's the breaks, and then you just rematch. But I was showing him how to play, and he starts playing, and this is relevant to the chicken nugget conversation, because I watch him play, and he had just watched me play a game of it where I got knocked out at like 92 by this
early
very
on.
thing. Like I was like cleared of lines, and it was throwing junk at me, and it totally knocked me out. Like nothing I could have done about it, right?
No.
And so I hand him, I was like, here, you try. He plays like two or three games in a row or something. I mean, just like places in the top 10 because nothing happens to him. He's just under the radar. I'm watching, and he's just like, yeah, he's talking to me. I'm just playing Tetris right now. I'm just playing Tetris. Ain't nobody attacking me. And I said, you do realize the minute you hand this back to me that I will have the FU of things happening. And sure enough, he hands it to me. I get set up and it gets ready to like start the match, and it was a network error. And I said, see, the internet had to reset itself because these weren't FU enough players.
Yeah.
I had to have battle royale style. So it resets and I start the game again. And sure enough, I wasn't even like 3 or 4 lines into it, and it's sure, like sirens will start going off and it will start flashing red. I'm serious. And I'm like, we're here. And it did that the whole game. Right, I think this was the one, or was this afterward? It was when you handed it back to me, wasn't it?
First one.
It was the first one because I'm playing and I'm like, oh, okay, top 50, we're good, we're doing good here. You know, it starts speeding up a little. I'm just jamming, hanging out in the middle, just dumping stuff on me the whole time, and I was just hanging in there. And like, I get to the end of it, and it just was like a total onslaught. But I beat my first game of Tetris 99, came in first place. That's really hard to do.
Yeah. And I was a witness.
So excited.
But he was a witness, and it was dumping stuff on me this whole time. After I told him, after his 3 games of like nothing, I'm like, it'll dump stuff on me for no reason. You watch. But yeah, it's the chicken nuggets all over again. This is everything is just a metaphor for me.
So round and round back to the chicken. Your barbecue chicken was very delicious.
Yes, it was. It had the slaw. It had the well, you can read off what it had there.
So barbecue fried chicken with jalapeno slaw topped with fried pickles on the flour tortilla. It is sexily good.
And the pickles, they don't say on the menu there, but the pickles are pickled chips. They're not the spears.
Yes.
You know, you would think
That's
taco like a
important to
spear. No, they were like the little pickled chips that are fried, each of them, and they.
I've had that
wonderful.
one. That was a good one.
Yeah, it's good. So, I had a positive experience there. And the elote is always good. I talked about that last time, the Boss Man elote. You can read off what's in there now that you have the menu in front of you.
Yeah, where the fuck is elote?
We found
It's in the
cheese at Whole Foods, too. That cotija cheese.
Yeah. I think it's under apps.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you tried some of that, Andrew.
The elote. Yeah, you liked that.
The Boss elote is corn, butter, mayo, cilantro, cotija cheese with Tajin seasoning.
Tajin seasoning.
Tajin seasoning. Tajin. It's a word. Tajin.
It's like a citrus, like a lime. See, like a
lime
like a
salt.
tangy lime salt, salty lime sort of thing.
Sweet.
Yeah, you get on
tangy.
those chips.
Oh,
yeah, it's that really intense, like citron sort of thing. Super citrusy.
So we already talked about the chicken tinga. I also had the chicken tinga. It was really good. I tried something new though, and let me tell you what, it was a mistake. And it was not like a I'll never order this again mistake, but it was I wasn't expecting this when I ordered this, and now I'm in it, so fuck me for doing this to myself. Because I got the Boss Hog Barbecue, and that is a slow-cooked pork barbecue sauce, Boss Slaw with fried pickled jalapenos.
Was it too spicy for you?
Oh, my God, it was brutal. It was like heat turned up to 13. I was not anticipating it, because I thought, oh, it'll probably have like a similar thing to kind of what they're doing with the barbecue chicken, you know? That's why I tried it.
Maybe they should have did the fried pickles instead of the fried jalapenos.
Maybe, but here's the thing, like the barbecue sauce was the same and it was very good, and I was like, yes. But you only had that sweet deliciousness for like a 0.3 of a second, and then I got throat fucking punched by the jalapeno, and I was like, that's why I was asking if we were going to order a fucking dessert taco or not, because I was like, I need something for my throat. Give me another tea.
They had such a good-looking dessert menu, but we didn't partake this time because we were too full.
You know what? We have the
feast.
It was those damn nachos with the guac.
I know. We
Got
substituted that. Yeah, I could barely eat my second taco.
I only had one and like 2 bites of taco.
Yeah, we need to know now. We just need to downsize.
I'm going to speed round run down. That rhymed. I didn't mean to. I'm going to speed round run down their dessert tacos because they're so fucking good, and I want people to hear about these delicious dessert tacos. So they've got the peanut butter fingers, which is chocolate ice cream topped with Butterfingers, Reese's candy crumbles, peanuts, peanut butter sauce whipped with cream, and a cherry on top.
We've had that one, and it was magnificent.
Outstanding.
Sounds like it.
Up next, the Mint 2B. Mint chocolate chip ice cream topped with shredded coconut, thin mint cookies, fudge sauce, whipped cream, and a cherry on top. The only thing I don't like about that one's the coconut. Everything else is delicious, in my opinion. Rainbows and Unicorns is a birthday cake ice cream topped with fruity marshmallows, gummy worms, gummy bears, rainbow sprinkles, blue vanilla sauce, whipped cream, and a cherry on top. Holy shit, that's diabetes and a dessert taco.
But it's for like 3 people. So
it is.
Yeah,
You're right. Yeah. The Serial Killer vanilla ice cream topped with Fruity Pebbles, Fruit Loops, Captain Crunch Berry, blue vanilla sauce, whipped cream, and a cherry on top.
I'm down.
Whoa.
This is the one you were thinking about ordering. Cookie. Cookies and cream ice cream topped with Oreos, Chips Ahoy cookie crumbles, boing, mini chocolate chips, fudge sauce, whipped cream, and a cherry on top.
Yes. Give it to me.
So good. Short and sweet. The strawberry ice cream with strawberries.
I want this
Frosted animal cookies, white chocolate chips, strawberry sauce, whipped cream, and a cherry on top. I think all of them have whipped cream and a cherry on top.
Too.
Yeah, it does. Johnny Bananas, vanilla ice cream with bananas, Reese's Candy Crumbles, peanuts, Cocoa Krispies, peanut butter sauce, whipped cream, and a cherry on top. Holy shit. How did I not see that the first time?
What you're saying. Yes.
It's like a peanut butter banana deliciousness of amazingness.
I'm buying what you're selling.
And the final one is I love
the
you.
jib.
The final one is I love you some more.
Oh,
Rocky
yeah,
Road ice cream with Hershey chocolate chunks, marshmallow fluff, graham crackers, mini marshmallows topped with whipped cream and a cherry on top.
Yeah, now mind you, all of these creations are served to you in this delicious, like, waffle, like
fresh
cone. Made waffle taco.
Yeah, a taco shell made out of waffle batter.
Yeah, but it's like a crispy waffle. It's like, it's not a waffle cone.
Like a hard taco made out of like waffle cone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's fucking
it's
delicious.
It's like crispy and chewy waffle. It's not it's not a crunchy waffle cone. Yeah, it's like a waffle that they make into a taco shape.
I didn't realize that.
Yeah.
I think it would have been a mistake if we would have ordered it yesterday, but we definitely need to go back and order some with you.
It was like if a waffle could be a crepe.
Yeah, like a big Belgian waffle, like
crepe.
Yeah, crepe thing
like
that they fold into a taco, and they scoop all this ice cream into it and chock full of toppings and stuff. We took pictures though the last time. I don't know if they got.
We're gonna post them on our Foodies Watching Movies Instagram.
Yeah, cool. We've got some good pics.
It's a very unique creation.
I meant to mention this and I totally forgot, but V put the bricks to me while we were at Boss Man Tacos. Do you remember this? I looked and it doesn't say on the menu that on the chicken tinga it has radish. And Nate doesn't really jam the radish, And I was like, oh, fuck, I don't eat this radish.
I love them.
So I started
Nate's like bitching. He looked so crestfallen when he's like, what is this? I was like, that's radish. And he's like, oh, I don't want to eat radish. I was like.
And then she just looks at me and goes,
eat fearless, motherfucker.
And I said, shit, you pulled that out on me right here.
Eat it the way the chef intended you to have it.
So I put it back on there. And I ate it like a fucking man. I did it.
He did it. He was a grown-up.
I really liked the chicken tinga. I thought it was very good. It was definitely a different kind of taco. If I were to go top two, I'm probably in the future always ordering the steak tacho and the barbecue chicken.
Yeah, the steak tacho is where it's at. It's got those tater tots on a steak taco with onion, cilantro.
Damn.
Yeah, that's a winner. That's a winner.
I'd say return trip is definitely needed with those dessert tacos.
So when are you coming up again?
For sure.
When I've got the money to come back and then just go crazy with those tacos.
Let's go get fucked up on tacos.
Them tachos.
What's up, bud? You seem like you had an epiphany right now.
Well, so shortly after we went to this amazing taco place, I went somewhere for the first time, and it's almost been it started off as a journey, but then kind of became a running joke, and then finally it happened. I finally got to experience Whole Foods, which led to the grandest cheese plate ever, but we will get to that in due time.
Ooh, mama, we paying for that today.
But it is a toll I'm willing to pay.
It can be a thing as too much cheese.
I don't care.
It was so fucking worth it.
My taste
that cheese plate. Oh, so yeah, you've never gone to Whole Foods before. You don't have one around you.
Correct.
You live very far away. So how was that experience for you? Were you overwhelmed, underwhelmed, or were you just whelmed?
Well, you were gonna just say whelmed. Thank you.
I'm gonna tell you what I was slightly overwhelmed because I'll tell you what it was. We do have this place in Champaign. It's called Harvest Market, which is like county markets, slightly more upper class cousin. But the thing of it, and they there too have samples galore, a lot of great food, and then, oh hey, by the way, there's also like other groceries you can buy here, and all, you know, kind of higher priced. So that kind of setting was already in my mind before I even walked in here. However, a couple things. First of all, the food, the food that they had at this place, everything looked to die for. And I think the first thing I definitely have to mention, since, you know, there was the cheese plate, is we go over there and it definitely had the most samples. It had so many great things. The first thing we had was
pineapple.
Oh, I thought it was the pineapple at the front, but the cheese.
Oh,
the
Jesus.
rum runner.
Yeah, that was a winner. It was like a white cheddar, right?
I loved that later.
Yeah,
in
super sharp.
I loved that later in our trip, you were walking with a different cheese, and you just tapped me on the shoulder. And you're like, "Hey, I'll be right back. I can't stop thinking about that rum runner." And you just like left.
Yeah,
and then came back.
I got it. And where did I get it? Only from one of the most brilliant things ever. Me and Veronica were talking about this earlier. There is this wonderful thing, if you have not been to Whole Foods, where it's called the fear of commitment basket. Is that?
Yeah, it's
Or
like
the
the
non-commitment
non-commitment basket. Or
And-
basket.
What Veronica was telling me was, you know, they have all these wonderful samples of cheeses out, and then of course, you know, you don't use it all sometimes. So what they do is they just wrap it right back up in the same wrapper. They reprice it because of the weight, the difference in weight, and then they sell them in this little basket where, you know, you as a consumer, if you're wanting to really try that cheese, but you know, cheese can go anywhere it wants to.
As we found out from the beautiful triple cream brie we bought. Cheese can get expensive.
So yeah, you could get like a little chunk of it, which will still go a long way. Slice it off, put it on the cracker bread. No, I mean, for like $1 something, you can get that rum runner or that the Irish cheddar,
The cherry gold. The cherry
Irish
gold.
cheddar was good. We got a whole block of that Irish cheddar. Didn't
It was
we?
a specialty Kerrygold cheese because they sell the Kerrygold at lots of different places, but this one I had never seen before. It was some sort of aged cheddar.
It
that
was
we
very
got.
good.
That's right, 15-month aged.
Yeah, it was some sort of aged cheddar.
That's right.
That was like a semi-hard sort of a cheese. That was really good.
The hardest I felt was the Gruyere in terms of like, because I was trying to slice it and it just kind of
Crumbled.
Yeah, like a Parmesan or something. Yeah.
That was a hard one. I really think the star of it though was the triple cream brie.
Oh
It's
yeah,
a delice.
it always is.
That's
that
my
delice.
favorite kind, and they only had one like triangle of it left, and it was like the biggest fucking hunk of brie. And I'm like, oh my god, it's $12. I don't care, we're getting it.
Yeah,
You
special
know?
times.
Special time.
We earned it after
Destroyed it.
all
Guests.
being out till 6 a.m. and
Yeah,
that was
and
a
we
long
don't
show.
we don't typically shop at Whole Foods. We
No,
shop at Aldi
no.
to save money. You
Yeah.
know.
No, it's a specialty thing. It was,
Yeah.
we were spoiling
Treat
ourselves a
yourselves.
little.
We got some really yummy pears, and we just decided to go ham and make a decadent, like royalty style cheese spread.
which we did take pictures of.
Glorious.
Yeah,
Beautiful.
I did. I took
That
a
can
picture of
be-
it.
That goat cheese is fucking
Oh
The
yeah, that
blueberry
was
goat
different.
cheese.
That had
And what
blueberry,
did it have?
lemon,
And thyme.
and thyme.
Time.
Yeah.
Time was
So it was a
weird, dude.
sweet, savory. Like
I love those combos.
Yeah.
As soon as I saw it, I picked it up and I was like, "You guys, this is the one."
I
Like,
bet
just
that would be
felt it.
really good stuffed in a chicken breast, like baked chicken breast stuffed with that blueberry lemon thyme with like a lemon thyme seasoning on the chicken. Because I have one of those lemon thyme sea salt shakers.
Yeah, what are we doing with our lives?
Not
Aldi
thinking.
has all these goat cheeses we could be
They
using.
do.
That are like a little
They
more
have the
inexpensive.
blueberry goat cheese for like less than $2.
Yeah.
And then I have a lemon thyme
Oh
shaker.
my god, you could
can
almost
make
do
our
like
own.
a cordon
Yeah.
bleu with
Yeah.
a fucking goat cheese instead,
Yeah.
though.
We need to get a zester and we could really make it pop.
I have a zester.
Oh, hey.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'll get
Well,
some.
we have a
get
zester
some
now.
lemons and make it happen. Yeah, we can make our own goddamn food. What are we doing? I work at a restaurant. We can figure things out.
We're
We can do
busy
it.
and also lazy when we're not busy.
That's because
Because we're so busy.
I
we
don't
get
cook
lazy.
at home because I work at a restaurant.
Yeah.
you know, that's why.
Yep, yep.
You know what's crazy is that we didn't just leave with the cheese. There were other items that we ended up getting that was another specialty thing that you've probably never experienced in the dessert
Ooh,
area.
I forgot. I got those macarons. I'm gonna go get one right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, do it. But you guys, Youhas you'd never tried mochi?
No, I had tried mochi, but
Okay,
it
my
was
fault.
like Meyer brand, not Meyer brand, but just like the cheapo stuff.
I gotcha.
They've changed their mochi since the last
They-
time
Yeah, and
we've
the
had
macarons.
it.
And they've expanded their mochi and their macarons with flavors.
I gotta say, I really like the new. I don't like change. I don't like new things at all.
Yeah, we were a little concerned when we
were
saw
super
it.
concerned.
A little concerned.
But man, they were so cute. They're like these little big discs now of mochi instead of the little like truffle like balls. And the ice cream inside, I got the blood orange.
Oh, it was so citrusy
blueberry.
and good.
The blood orange is like the winner. It was like
a dreamsicle, but more citrusy.
Sour.
It had like just this hint of like vanilla sort of thing going on.
It was so good. That was the best one. I would get that one again for sure. Yeah, and the old ones had too much like rice.
It was the ratio of ice cream to the glutinous, the flour, the rice, the sticky flour. I don't know what you call that stuff that it's.
It's like a sticky dough, or sticky rice dough.
It's a yeah.
But yeah, the ice cream to rice ratio is much better now. Like there's more ice cream than
flawless.
rice, and it's so fucking good.
Yeah, and that shape you get like an even amount of everything. You know, like maybe once you get towards the middle, a little more ice cream,
and I'm fine with that.
And they've expanded upon flavors. I mean,
many
the
flavors.
flavors were there are too many to name, like all of them, right? Like let's just be honest, there were probably like 20 different flavors of mochi now.
Yeah, there was a lot.
Which expanded. One thing they didn't have any red bean though. Because I wanted to get red bean, and they did not have it.
Oh, that's a shame.
The green tea
I like
or the
that
matcha.
one.
They had the matcha and they had a green tea. So they had two different versions of it.
The matcha is my favorite one.
They had chocolate mint. It was fucking amazing. Chocolate outside with mint chocolate inside. They had
strawberry tiramisu.
Strawberry and tiramisu. They had what was the other one I got? Oh, the Meyer lemon, which was fucking insane.
I wanted to try that one.
Oh, it was.
You should give me a bite.
I forgot.
I'm eating a lemon macaron.
I scarfed it so quick because once I took the first bite, I was like, "Oh my god, this is amazing." They had like.
They got all hard.
Oh. Bummer.
Mm-hmm. You're not supposed to put them back in the fridge after you open them.
No, they're supposed to
eat them.
Yeah, or eat them. Yeah.
Oh.
You can't leave them out overnight.
Oh, finicky little cookies, man.
Fuckers. Still gonna try to eat them though.
Oh well, I'll eat what you don't want. Ooh, we're trading. We're sharing.
I'm gonna have a bite of the pistachio. See how that one held up.
Swapsies. So Youhas, what did you end up getting for the mochis?
No.
I ended up getting chocolate espresso, which was really, really good.
Ooh.
And I got the green tea one, which was really, really good.
I don't think I did the chocolate one like just taste espresso-y, or do you think it actually had some espresso in it? Did you feel like a little hyped from it?
I mean, simply put, just based off of what it is, it tasted like a tiramisu mochi.
You had a tiramisu macaron. Did you like it?
I did. Well, because the thing of it is, taste-wise, it was all good. But what I really liked about both the mochi ball and the macaroon, the texture was just amazing.
Yeah, it is not amazing today. My pistachio one is hard as a rock and crumbling.
Oh, yeah,
I should not have put them in the refrigerator. I should have just sucked it up and ate them when they were still good.
Yeah.
But I'm going to take one bite of each of them and then be done with them.
Yeah,
I'll have that rest of that one once you're...
It's the tiramisu.
Yeah.
That's why macarons are expensive, though. Is because they're finicky.
Good.
She's like, you're not getting this, motherfucker.
I'll be nice.
No, you can have another bite. No, I don't want to take all your fucking
that one was still pretty good.
Okay, let's try.
I don't know why, but it is.
What?
You're just like, you take offensively large bites of everything.
I was watching him eat pizza yesterday.
Yeah.
Because we got a glorious house of pizza per usual. Thanks, Andrew.
I get panic attacks over those offensively large bites.
But he ate like a whole piece in literally like 2.5 bites. I was like, what are you doing? How are you? Slow down.
No savoring.
Savor your food. Cherish it. Make it last.
We're share anyway.
I'm now taking the absolute tiniestly, most obnoxiously small fucking bites out of this thing. An hour and a half later, I'm still going to be eating this thing.
Between the two of you, that's what you got. She takes the world's tiniest little bites. Like skin of the teeth bites. And you take like giant mom bites. Let me just have one bite, child. And then you know.
And then it's gone.
One giant, you get the big spoon to take the ice cream, take the giant spoonful. That was just one bite, right, honey? Yeah.
Totally.
Oh, man.
And you sit there as a kid, you're like,
out.
Yeah.
Yeah, so these macarons are definitely not as good next day. You can have these if you want, Sarah. It's the raspberry one. The raspberry one is actually better
They look
than the
pulverized.
pistachio.
I'm so thrilled.
The pistachio one is not worth eating, but the raspberry one is definitely worth eating.
I can't believe how hard they got.
I know.
That's crazy.
It's pretty wild. So what else did we have?
Well,
That
we
was
had
all
the
this-
pizza, and then we had our cheese spread. And the cheese spread was fun because we didn't really talk about it so much, but I love pairing the different fruits or the different like fruit spreads with the brie.
Yeah. Oh, and then I made that naan. I warmed up some naan. And with the brie and a little bit of the peach jelly, it was just oh god. It's so
The
good.
brie peach combo
love naan.
was my favorite combo of the night for
Yeah,
sure.
that one was the winner. I had the tart cherry with the brie as
We
well.
didn't have enough tart cherry. We ran out.
Yeah, but you know what? I'm kind of over it anyway. With
Yeah.
the peach, when we were at Whole Foods, I saw that they have like a whole section of new jellies that I want to try because I haven't had any of these ones yet. They had like blueberry lavender, cherry bourbon. I really wanted to try though the strawberry apricot because I love apricot.
I don't think you're ready for this jelly. I don't think you're ready for this jelly.
Oh, I thought you were going to say something.
Because your body's too bootylicious for you, babe. That's Beyonce. Was that a Beyonce or was that Destiny's Child song? I can't remember.
He's like, why are you looking at me? I don't fucking know.
I was looking at the table in general. I wasn't trying to single Youhas out.
They also-
Staring directly at Andrew.
Right. They also had
Beyonce
a
expert,
strawberry basil jelly that I thought might be good.
And the lady at the counter said the pepper jelly was really good.
Yeah, but I'm not into red pepper jelly.
I
Not
know,
my
but
thing.
I am. So
I am.
Well, there you
maybe I
go.
would like it.
Maybe you guys can buy one.
Yeah, Sarah and I can split it.
There you go.
Yeah.
So yeah, Whole Foods was a success. You enjoyed it. Was it worth it?
Oh, it was totally worth it.
Are you gonna go back and check it out before you go home on the way and pick up some groceries?
Yeah, do it.
Seriously
do it.
considering. Well, because then by the end of the journey, there was that entire like deli section, and I'm already impressed with this place. It's not like they needed to do anything more. But then, fun fact about me, I'm all about Greek and Mediterranean and Italian food, and right there with all their pre-made stuff that they had just cooked was spanakopita, which is my shit. And then right behind me was this big entire container of tzatziki sauce. So I was just like, well,
Yeah, they've got so many like beautiful looking things that they make there for you to
Back
take
up.
away.
That first thing you said, what is that exactly?
Spanakopita.
Yeah, spanakopita.
so okay, what you do is you take phyllo dough, so it makes it nice and flaky, and then what you do is you fill it like a pastry with spinach, some cheese, which is usually feta.
It's like Greek lasagna.
Mm-hmm.
Amazing.
And there's really not much more to it. It's nothing too crazy, but it's so good, and of course paired with some really good tzatziki sauce. It's just to die for. And
You know, we should have taken him to that new Greek. Well, it's not really new now, but that Greek restaurant that we've been getting, Tzatziki, that street food place.
Well, yeah.
There's always later, I guess.
There is. There is
There's
indeed.
always dinner time. Never too late for gyros.
Euros for euros.
I love gyros.
right?
Mm-hmm.
Man, no, I like taking you to Whole Foods because you like light up everything. You're like, whoa, whoa.
Yeah.
You're like a kid in a
Whoa.
candy store, like, oh my god, it's the motherland of healthy food. It's so beautiful and fresh.
I almost had a dangerous moment though because I didn't know what the fuck something was. I'm like, what is this thing? What are I thought I wasn't sure what it was. I didn't know if it was like.
Were you lost in the handmade soap section?
Yeah, and I thought, I smelled it, and I smelled it, and then I looked, and I was like, "It's bath salts. I'm just sniffing bath salts. Great! I'm gonna
That guy at
become
Whole
a
Foods.
fucking zombie at Whole Foods, eat somebody's face off." You know?
Whoa.
Luckily, that did not happen.
No, it did not. We made it out alive to eat
yeah.
another day.
Ooh,
Alive and unscathed.
ooh, like that. Youhas, you are a dude who works at a movie theater place, and we are a movie and food podcast. So I got to know, do you have any interesting updated stories or crazy things you can tell us about your experience working in that industry?
So, although I have in the past told some really hilarious stories, this one is going to be more of a, hey, just so you know, behind the scenes kind of story.
Sure.
Essentially, the one I work at, and you can find these, of course, elsewhere, like, you know, at an airport or like a store or, you know, wherever. It's those Coca-Cola freestyle machines where it's, you know, you pick your own thing at the machine, over 100+ flavors, because you can pick.
That.
You
They have ginger ale.
Yes, and you can. I mean, you could have ginger Coca-Cola, or you could have strawberry Fanta. You just pick the brand, and then you pick the flavor, and it's just amazing. Well, in case there are those out there who are not in the know, what happens with those freestyles? This is my knowledge I'm imparting to you. Those things are pumped.
Bum, bum, bum.
Ooh, spoiler alert!
We're getting the behind the scenes, behind
I'm
the
so
veil.
excited.
So, pumping into those machines, just like it used to be, are these big boxes, these several gallon boxes that you have to, you know, sucker punch to open and then plug in.
I love that.
But instead of flavor, like the different flavors, like Coke, Diet Coke, Coke Zero, etc., it's HFCS, which is almost kind of cool sounding, but it's high fructose corn syrup.
Bum, bum, bum.
Never gonna leave your body.
Yes, so
Makes it taste good.
Yeah, it does.
well, actually, you know what? I need to go further. There is HFCS.
Holy fucking shit, man! What is that? HFCS,
right? What is
Just
that?
said.
Wait.
High fructose corn syrup.
Oh, HFCS. I see how you're doing
Yeah.
it. Okay, I got you.
No, because again, if you say
I
like,
thought he said another thing. I was like, holy shit.
Exactly, because if you just keep saying HFCS, you're like, that's probably like this bad chemical that I shouldn't be ingesting, but whatever, it makes it taste good. But then it's like, oh, it's high fructose corn syrup. And like, oh, I know what that shit is. But fun fact, there's also this thing called NNS, and you're like, ooh, that sounds almost dangerous, maybe? What is that? Well, it's I just stumbled on that. Nutritive?
Non-nutritive?
Nutritive. Something. Sweetener.
Bum, bum,
Sweetener.
bum.
Non-nutritive sweetener.
Ah,
Which
okay,
is
okay.
code for, are you getting something diet or zero E? That's what NNS goes into.
Oh.
Okay. So now,
Aspartame, essentially?
I don't know if there's.
different.
I actually don't know. But what I can tell you is it's what pumps into the machine for the diet stuff. But that is the stuff that gets pumped into the machine from the outside. What happens is if you ever see a freestyle machine, what's actually hidden behind the door, behind the curtain, is if you crack it open, there's actually a bajillion flavor cartridges, like ink cartridges.
Little? I mean, would you say?
They're just okay. So they're like this rectangular looking cartridge, almost looks like an inkjet cartridge. It's about a foot long. It's like about an inch thick. But you know, you pop it into like literal like a cartridge holder, and you slide it in.
It's
like
just pure flavor for whatever, and they mix the thing. So it's essentially the freestyle machine is all science. They just bring all these fucking things together to make your drink.
well,
yeah,
and
you're
that-
just doing a combo platter.
Sounds to me like a giant printer.
Yeah.
Like those
Exactly.
printers that
The
have
laser jet printer.
like thousands of colors, you know, those really high end ones, and they have those little tiny cartridges, you know, with all those different spectrum, whatever it is,
Yep,
colors.
I used to work with those. But yeah,
I did too. I used to sell toner for a living.
Oh,
my
yeah,
goodness.
Telemarketing.
Tales of the toner woes.
Ooh.
Can't tell you how many times I wanted to kill myself working at that job. It was so fucking
mean-
soul sucking. Like I hated it.
Like real talk though.
Yeah.
And back to you.
And back to you.
Did we ever really leave? But no, thank you for taking me on that journey because yeah, telemarketing fucking blows. But
that was the worst.
no, what the thing is though, you know, I've actually heard some people. So if you identify as one of those people, I've heard some people say, you know, I just don't like it as much. It's because what used to happen was it was simple. What used to happen was at the theater I worked at, it was just pumping CO2 and the straight flavor out of one spout. And that's all it was.
Yep.
But now because you've got 100+ potential flavors pumping out of one, spout. It's no different than like when you go to McDonald's and you thought you were getting a vanilla milkshake. No, bitch, you're getting a Neapolitan milkshake whether you want it or not, because there's chocolate and strawberry coming out of that damn thing, and you should just be so lucky because it's even working. But anyway, we're not going to get onto that. But yeah, no, this one thing is spitting out so much, and that's why, also fun fact, the cleaning at the end of the night involves you have to actually take this very specifically shaped bristle brush, and you need to shiv it in there and scoop it all the way around to really scrape, because the thing is it's not just there's sody pop coming out of it. It's also, you got to factor in the vanilla, the cherry, the strawberry.
Stickier flavors that are going to build up.
Yeah, and the thing is, if it actually gunks in there, you don't realize it at first. Like, if you wanted like a...
Ew, this is making me never want to eat out ever again.
Right. But yeah, no, if you, let's say you want some...
they're not cleaning that shit on the day-to-day at like Burger King or whatever.
Oh,
I
know.
Maybe they are, but...
Like when you touch the screen and it's sticky, like, well, I don't even know if they clean this. The inside, if they're not cleaning the outside.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Well, but that's just it. Here's how you'll know, though. It's not even... Well, it's like when you can tell that they didn't clean out the fryer somewhere. What happens is, let's, for example, say you want to get a Coke, and you get the Coke, and you know what Coke tastes like. But what ends up happening is it tastes... I don't want to say empty, but it doesn't... Off.
Metallic.
Almost, right.
Moldy.
Like, it's mostly carbonation is what you're tasting.
There's no syrup.
It's because, unfortunately, there is actually some Coke seeping out, which is why it's still, that Coke color, but it's being blocked by all of that gunk that's in there.
Oh, no. That's the worst.
So you'll know very quickly if
it's clean or not.
Yeah.
That's good to know. Life advice. Yeah.
I've always wondered about the freestyle Coke machines, because when I used to work at McDonald's, you have the box, has the flavor,
Exactly.
you hook the tube up, run the line for a couple seconds, the shit actually starts running, and it's all done.
Yeah.
That's how it was when I worked at Dairy Queen. We just had like little bags that we had to plug in.
So here's my brain looking at the freestyle machine going, how the fuck do they fit 100 boxes in this motherfucker? I do not understand.
That too.
Like, what does it go? Does it go downstairs? Like, is there a downstairs?
That's adorable.
Science, they just made it smaller. Like, if something like that exists, just think smaller. That's how it works. It's weird. But I'm just curious what kind of suicides kids are making nowadays with a Coke freestyle machine. I mean, you don't remember those? When you mix all the different pops together?
I was like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Not like that.
Whoa,
think 90s. Think 90s. We're going to get into the 90s in a second, but think 90s.
I always like talking about the 90s.
So favorite 90s movie?
My favorite 90s movie?
Yeah, we'll bring it back. I asked you guys this earlier.
Well, you asked me very specific about it. Are you asking me a new question now?
No, same question I asked you earlier.
Oh, my favorite Tom Hanks 90s movie?
No, 90s movie off the top of your head. It's the first question I asked.
Oh.
Yeah, see, I planted the seed. You said you had your answer. And it was...
Oh, True Romance.
Okay, True Romance. Youhas.
I don't even care. It is Titanic.
Sarah, 90s movie?
Combo pack of Wayne's World and Wayne's World 2.
I was going to say Wayne's World, but then I forgot what we were talking about.
I've never seen those movies before.
What?
What?
Are you fucking serious?
Dead serious.
What?
I can't believe you haven't seen
bomb.
that. Oh,
what?
Shit, what?
I've never met...
I've
God,
never
you
met
guys,
anybody
he's a
that's
unicorn.
never seen that.
I've never met anybody that's never seen Wayne's World.
We could have watched that yesterday.
Oh my God, you're blowing it. You're ruining it.
My favorite movie, you're blowing it.
Oh my God, it's your favorite movie, you're blowing it.
Oh, damn it.
You're not living your best life.
I'm glad I said that. I was going to say Airheads.
Oh, Airhead's another
that's
classic.
a good one.
That's a good
Brendan
one.
Fraser.
Only because I love Steve Buscemi so much and Adam
Yeah.
Sandler. And that was
a
just
treasure.
that movie was a treasure. I don't know
great
if
movie.
I loved that one, but Wayne's World and Wayne's World 2 is like the 90s for me.
Yeah, I agree. That's
That
the
was
perfect 90s
slumber
movie.
party movie, friend movie, watch it with my dad movie, like all iterations of tape and DVD movie, like all of it. Mm-hmm. That was the movie.
See, I was thinking like it would be fun how last season we did the 80s bracket. I thought it would be really fun to do a 90s bracket towards the end of the season. But I'm going to call it right now and say Wayne's World's going to take it.
No.
It's going to win.
Bullshit. I totally disagree.
You do?
Wayne's World.
So do we need to have a 90s bracket?
We are having a 90s bracket, and I'm going to say it right now live on the podcast. Factual. Truth fact statement. Wayne's World will not be in the top 10 seed. It will be a lower seeded movie.
You're a fucking goddamn liar.
No, there are too many great 90s movies. Think about it. Really think about the 90s and how many
Wayne's
amazing...
World is going
it's
to
up
win.
there.
It's not going to be that high up there.
It's going to be in the top 10. I'm saying it right now.
I doubt it.
Up there with like Billy Madison. And,
no, if you're just talking strictly comedy, sure, it's up there, but not 90s. Think of how many different crazy movies the 90s produced. When I think of
the 90s, the first thing I thought of was True Romance, but then I was like,
Toy
everybody's
Story.
going to know that. So I was like, no, it's Wayne's World.
Titanic. I mean, I could just literally...
What about the run of Kevin Smith movies?
Yeah.
Clerks
Again.
and like all the stuff that
Dogma,
says 90s.
Chasing Amy. Yeah.
You know...
No,
we will get into this.
Mallrats.
We will have a proper
I'm
90s
I am telling you.
battle.
That's actually really interesting because the way... God, this is just giving me Ingrid Goes West flashbacks. It's like, I love it, different perspectives. This is why I fucking love talking about movies. You are talking about... it's almost like this movie isn't just a great movie from the 90s. It's what like defined the 90s. I was just thinking of just purely this is a movie that came out during, if you want to quantify it, the 90s. See, my second thought was Silence of the Lambs. I wouldn't say it defines the 90s, but goddamn, is that a good fucking movie?
Right.
We need to decide what we are even fighting about.
Well, and then
we need to decide what defines what we're even talking about. Are we talking about what is the best 90s movie? Are we talking about what represents the 90s the most? Or our favorite personal like, what are we doing here?
Yes.
I say that it has to do with what movie could you have made only in the 90s?
So super 90s.
To that end, the Wayne's World 2, I said here, you know, and all of those. You could not make those movies outside of the 90s. You couldn't have made it in the 80s because the whole plot doesn't make sense. Like the whole at home with the TV, the technology wasn't there. Like that could have only been made in the 90s.
I agree.
Like there's just certain movies. Okay. And then, but to say, okay, Titanic, great movie, Oscar nom, all of that,
anytime.
That could have been plucked out of anywhere in history and could have been
It has been made many times.
Right. And then you could also say, like a secondary argument, what, you know, gives you the nostalgia of the 90s when you watch it now. So you could say Jurassic Park, you know, you
Empire
can say
Records.
Empire, you know, that type of stuff. That's what I say should be.
Listen, last season, and we got to take it back to last season, how we did the 80s bracket. And of course, we can always add a caveat to this season to make it a little bit more interesting.
I have a caveat that I want to suggest.
Just let me get through this real quick, and then we'll add that, okay? But the last season, the thing was literally everybody voting better movie, end of story. We did argue why it was a better movie in our opinion, but the pure vision for what the bracket was better movie head to head, because we did everything fair. It was all by IMDb rating in order. We ran it down perfectly and seeded everything with fairness.
And then maybe we can decide if it could be made at a different time or not, and that can help be like
a bonus that pushes
a tiebreaker, if you will, an extra bonus point.
This is
Does
the way
it
to
hold
look
up?
At it. Yeah.
Can it be made now?
Those are the intangibles.
Is it specifically 90s?
Well,
and then I think we should also not include any movies from the year 1999 and have a specific bracket. Just
the fringe year.
Yeah, 1999.
It's almost 2000.
Yeah,
and so many movies came out in 1999.
Yeah, that was a big year.
Yeah.
It was a huge year for movies. So now you guys, I didn't even say it, but the whole reason I asked that question is because I think about my favorite 90s movie. It's the whole reason this podcast exists, man. Twister. See, that's a different thing for
I know.
me. It's a different thing. And that's not Titanic or anything you guys said. Like it's in its own little pocket realm of what a movie could be. It was cutting edge for technology. It still holds up. It really does. Could it be made today? No, because technology's moved too far ahead for that kind of the technology they told that story with is old now, like genuinely super old. They do so many more things with tornadoes than just put Dorothy's up.
Yeah, there's no digital aspect to it. It's all that like old school kind of like
it's almost
going
analog,
on an adventure.
yeah.
You know, your treasure is the tornado.
Yes.
It had that kind of thing. You don't just they probably just sit from afar now and
I mean,
with their little laptops and the digital stuff and whatever.
I have envisioned the sequel for Twister and how they would do it, and it would be,
They can't do it because there's no more extreme.
Yeah. But yeah, you can, because that's the crux of his son or daughter, whichever one you want, going into the field to try to make a name for themselves and be like their dad.
Avenge.
And who
There
comes?
can only be one. Bill Paxton. There can only be one, much like Highlander.
Right.
There's like 12 Highlander movies. What are you talking about? No, but I just was thinking about the 90s because this year doing the 90s bracket is going to be extra special.
Yeah, I want to put it out there that I want to start seeing people's submissions for what they think should make the cut.
Yeah, we'll post about that. We'll put like a poll up or something that doesn't end for a few weeks and let people write down what their favorite 90s movies are and start voting. We'll get some early ideas in.
Mm-hmm.
I don't, because I feel like 80s 90s is like one of those last few times you can actually start doing this, because then I don't know, the last 10, I guess soon to be 20 years, it's just been kind of like a blur. But sometimes with these like decade conversations, it's like you can almost also do a early to mid 90s, mid to late 90s, two different brackets entirely, because those are that can be like night and day differences between those movies,
and that's the bleed
that's
over.
That's why I said 1999 should have its own special thing. We could also, God, I hate to even suggest it, but separate by genre, because there's so many different things to talk about.
That becomes then a different thing.
We'd have to put it over a couple of episodes.
And I just like the purism of, like, it's funny, we're talking about this March Madness is happening right now, and we're bracketologizing early, but I just think that the pure, like, pick 64 movies, the one, like, we all make the Youhas, the behind the scenes of last season when we did this was the heads of the show and the people that were a part of the show at the time. We all put our heads together, and came up with a list of our 25 favorite movies from the 80s.
Just the top of our heads.
And then I took all those lists
that we could think of that we enjoyed,
and I put them all together, and then I found what the ratings of all these movies were. And from there, you had a nice list of 64 movies. At least I think it ended up being like 79 different movies were selected. And then once you hit 64, anything below that just didn't make the cut because it didn't rank up there. Right. And then everything was fairly based on, okay, so the highest seed was seed 1, and then the lowest seed would be seed 16, and so on. You just keep doing that through. But the ideology of it is just I just like keeping it pure. 64. Lock it in. The best of the best wins, no genre based, because that becomes biased. Genre, because something that's funny to you might not be as funny to me. Like, you guys really love Billy Madison. That isn't my favorite Adam Sandler movie by a long shot.
Yeah, but I think that there's so many things that are worth talking about that we could dedicate our time to discussing, like, per genre, because, everybody has a different opinion about it.
Oh, I totally agree, and I love. Listen, what we could really do if we really want to.
Because how can you compare something? I'm sorry to interrupt, but how can you compare something like, what's the better movie, Titanic versus Mallrats? You know what I mean?
Well,
like,
but that's.
I want to have a little bit of structure, just so it just seems a little bit even more fair. Because somebody might like a scary movie over romantic dramas, and that's gonna make the curve weird.
What you need me to do is become a little bit more biased in my. But no matter how you do that,
I'm not asking you to be biased at all. All I'm saying is maybe it would be more fun to say have subgenres like 90s horror, 90s comedy, 90s action.
Yeah. I have an idea. Okay, you've just given me the alternate way we're going to do this. So the first year we did it was very pure. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to pick our 4 most prominent categories of movies, which is pretty easy: action, drama, comedy, and I don't know,
romance.
I guess
Drama, action, drama, comedy, horror.
Horror, yeah, that would
It doesn't have to be
action.
just 4.
It could be. Well, listen. The reason is because the way. Again, I'm thinking about this like the NCAA and the tournament. There are 4 quadrants that the teams come from. So you could have 16 horror movies, 16 comedy movies, 16 drama movies, 16 whatever the last category is, documentaries, whatever it's going to be, and then those won't face each other until they are there at the final rounds, and then that's where really good conversation has to come, because it's that question you said, Titanic or Mallrats. Now we're going to have to figure out why, but it isn't happening.
We can take the winners from each subgenre and have them do a battle.
That was going to be my suggestion.
That was my suggestion as well.
So essentially, we're just going to alter the way we do this. We'll pick 16 movies from each of these categories, or essentially when we do it, we'll figure the categories out and locate them in there and keep them subdivided. It'll be really good.
To be continued.
Yeah, we'll keep working on that. Okay,
Yeah,
guys.
we'll talk about that later.
I have another great question that I wanted to ask you guys. Asked it earlier. We're going to start with Youhas. Favorite Tom Hanks movie? Go. Or top three. That was actually the question. Top 3.
I was like, whoa.
He's like, shit, favorite. Oh, fuck. Top 3.
I really appreciate Big.
Yes, as do I. I was bummed that I forgot about that one.
That's on my list.
I really appreciate Castaway.
Awesome. Castaway's a good one.
But honestly, actually, I would say my favorite, and I know it's not Academy Award winning, but I really love The Terminal.
I haven't seen that one yet.
It's so cute. No. And Catherine Zeta-Jones is in it. I'm like...
I haven't seen her in anything in a long time.
The last one I really saw her in back in like 2012 or 13 was that movie with Rooney Mara, Side Effects.
Oh, I didn't see that either. Did I see that? I feel like I might have had to go see that.
Oh, you look really bummed right now.
Yeah, I think I was dragged to that one. I don't think I remember that one, and I didn't like it. There's probably for different reasons.
It's a Steven Soderbergh. I don't know his last name, but it's one of those films where it's like, no, it's a lot of flash over substance. If you just kind of like sit back and just kind of enjoy the ride, I mean, there's some value from that. But like I said, other than that though, she hasn't been in much.
Right. I was surprised when you told me that you didn't see Chicago until 2015. Like, what the fuck? That shocked me.
That is shocking.
I was shocked.
Right?
I'm still shocked.
Well, I mean, hell, it's 2019. I still haven't seen Wayne's World, so that's definitely...
I guess I'm less shocked. I'm more shocked about that.
Yeah.
I'm bewildered at that.
Hey,
that makes no sense to me.
I bet the next time
that makes no fucking sense to me right now, especially seeing how much you like SNL. Like, I don't fucking understand it.
But here's the thing.
What happened?
So many things.
From the ashes of this atrocity,
we get to rebirth you.
Great fodder for the next time I come up, and perhaps podcast, and we could just have a fucking freewheeling discussion on Wayne's World.
We're gonna get Pizza Hut pizza and drink Pepsi.
I love Pizza Hut.
Yeah, we're gonna get Pizza Hut because that's the thing in Wayne's World. The sponsor thing.
Yeah,
we're gonna make a big thing of it.
Awesome.
It's gonna be great.
Wayne's World Day.
We're gonna have a Wayne's World party.
Okay,
and we'll talk about
it's gonna be a thing.
Yeah, we'll talk about how Pizza Hut sucks now.
It's not the same.
It's not the same.
And we'll get the Domino's.
I was just gonna compare. I was gonna say, let's get the Domino's.
The Domino's
pan pizza.
Because
that tastes like
you
original.
Me that last time I was like
pizza.
It tastes like old school Pizza Hut, like Book It pizza, man.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Okay, Sarah V, who wants to go next on the Tom Hanks question? I'm loving where we're going.
Oh, I don't know. I can go next.
Sure.
I guess that's fine because he said one of mine already.
Sure.
Because I like Big. That's
Fuck yeah.
And I like Forrest Gump. I know it's typical. But
I love that one.
It's precious in it. Whatever. And
I've seen that one, and I wonder if that one holds up.
I said, I don't know. I haven't watched it since.
You have that on Blu-ray. We'll watch it.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then I said Toy Story.
Yeah, which I love that. That's a great selection, great voice work for him in that movie. That's coming to an end this year. Toy Story 4.
I don't want to watch it.
Crushingly sad.
I will not be watching that movie.
No,
they
I don't
melt
need
all
that.
the toys and recycle them.
But is it the end? Because I thought 3 was the end, and then it was like
it was supposed to be.
It was supposed to be.
Did he really do that?
No, I don't know. I just it was
I'd
the
be
darkest.
so happy if that's what they
I'll
did.
watch it.
And this is trash now. This is a real life story,
it's the
kids.
darkest
This is where your
story.
toys go.
No, I will not be watching.
Some of them get
Toy
shuffled
Story.
off to the thrift store.
Oh my
They get
God.
to have all the creepy broken thrift store like toys, you know.
I'm one-armed macho man.
Yeah, yeah.
Jesus
you know?
Christ.
That's a horror movie for the kids.
Yeah, that's great.
Why don't they make that one? Yeah.
V, you want me to go or you want to go?
I can go, I guess.
Okay, sure.
I really like, I said Sleepless in Seattle when you asked me. I was going to say You Got Mail because I just love that movie, but upon rewatching it, it does not hold up.
Oh,
I was super disappointed, in my humble opinion. I was watching it the other day when I was like homesick or something, and it was very dated. It made me hate Tom Hanks's character because I was like, Cyberstar, like he was catfishing her. Like I'm like, what?
Before they knew that
movie
that
could
was,
not be made in 2019. It was a perfect little gem for its time, and it can stay there. You know,
Ooh, yeah.
I'm gonna like it. Whatever it is, what it is, but it is not for today.
You've Got Mail is the OG catfishing story.
It is,
that's
man.
Fucked up.
Because
maybe that's what inspired people.
These two people, they met on AOL. You've Got Mail
with the disc.
You've Got Mail.
Yeah, and it's like so many deeper issues that they could have touched on, like the fact that these people are having, you know, relationships, cheating on your significant others with somebody, you know, online, and then he sees her, they go to meet, and he sees who it is, and it's this woman that he's like an enemy with in real life, like, because he's putting her business out of business. And it's like the small book owner versus the giant corporation storyline. Like, there's so many different things they could have like went with, but they went with the charming When Harry Met Sally, a New York in love story. And if I was that woman and found out that motherfucker had been catfishing me that whole time and just
don't romanticize that,
getting close to me while also being the secret person to her, like, that's super yucky to me now. Like, 90s me was like, oh, that's so romantic. I'm so glad she loves him.
Like
I'm
pen
so glad
pals
she feels
or
the same.
something.
Like pen pals. It was sweet and charming. And now it's like, oh my God, he's going to fucking murder her. make her a slave.
All
Her head's
90s
gonna be
movies,
in the freezer.
man, turn into horror stories in the end.
Because it's 2019 and life is hard.
Too much shit has happened to everybody.
Yeah.
You know?
It's like you want to be kids and have fun, but life got in the way and made it too hard and you can't.
Now everything is scary and ends in murder.
Yeah, man.
Even though because it used to end in murder all the time.
Right.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, Sabrina's coming back on soon.
Oh, be still, my heart. I can't wait.
I can't wait. When is it supposed to be? Like April 4th, April 6th, something like that?
It's coming.
I don't know.
It's a coming. I can't wait.
April's a big, busy television month. Game of Thrones returns.
Oh my God.
The
And I was
final
just saying last
6
night, we
episodes.
need to get HBO again.
I know. I've still just like forgot about it because I can't believe it's happening.
It's
You
been
know,
so
I've had
long,
to-
I forgot.
when I watched the previous season, I just had to put it in the special place in my head. I was like, nope, I'm not going to think about that
Tucking
again
that
for
away.
a long time.
That's
Yeah.
right. I just
Had to
wrapped it
tuck
up and
in
got
there.
sucked into Gotham or something.
Yeah.
Forgot all about it. Like,
Twin
nope,
Peaks
that
and
show's
Gotham
just
got
done.
me.
You
Did
know,
you say
whatever.
all 3?
No, I didn't.
Because you had a third one.
My third one was Joe versus the volcano.
I've never seen that.
I feel like you would like it.
Okay. Premise?
It's about this man who works. It's a little artsy. It's a little dorky. It's very funny and
Like
silly.
all those things, yeah.
It's very, very young Tom Hanks. And Meg Ryan. It's magnificent. Anyway, so it's about this dude named Joe, and he works this dead end job and hates his life. And he finds out that he has a brain cloud and is going to die. So somebody whom he works with or something finds out about this brain cloud and says something along the lines of, I'm this soda pop manufacturer or something, and there's this island, this tropical magical island where the people like are obsessed with orange soda and they like worship it and all these things, and they need to have somebody sacrifice themselves and jump into this volcano to appease the gods. Otherwise, they're not going to do this like business deal with this company. Like, it's this weird convoluted thing.
90s plot.
It's a 90s plot. So he like asks
Lovely.
he's like, I wonder if this is like a late 80s or if this is a 90s movie. Can you
I
look
thought
it
it
up?
was
and
like
see?
I thought it was an early 90s movie.
I
Maybe
thought it was an early 90s movie too, but I'm
Yeah.
having second guesses. I'm thinking it might be like 88 or 89.
It's hard to say sometimes in that.
I know, I'm usually really good at this
wishy-washy.
game, but I can't think of it.
1990.
I did it!
Hey.
Yes! Okay, so Joe versus the volcano. He gets hired to jump into a volcano on a tropical
Time out.
island.
Literally March 9th of 1990. We're within a week of its, almost 30-year release.
Maybe it's a sign that everybody
release.
should go find it and watch it, because it's pretty entertaining and worth watching. I love the ending. And Meg Ryan is in it. She plays 3 different characters. She plays 3 different versions of herself. It's a very artsy movie. Very interesting. You would love it, Sarah. It's so funny.
I've seen a little bit of that movie before.
It's dry and very cynical, but it's also very uplifting.
Sounds very I Heart Huckabees.
Willing to check this one out for sure.
It's a great one. I would love to watch it with you guys.
Sweet. We should do that.
Okay.
And we'll do it later this evening.
Okay.
My favorite Tom Hanks flicks, if I had to quantify down to 3, none of which you guys said. First of all, Money Pit. Fucking comedy gold.
How did I forget about Money? I thought that was an 80s movie.
Was it?
Wasn't that 89?
I thought that was an 80s
No, we
movie.
weren't. I wasn't talking about 90. Why, you guys are just talking about 90s movies. I'm saying favorite Tom Hanks movies.
Oh, I guess that doesn't matter.
Yeah.
That's right.
That's right.
Because
Yeah.
Big was an 80s movie.
You were asking.
I'm sorry. I
were
got
asking
confused because
for
we
the
were just
bracket.
talking about the bracket.
It's fine.
I had my
But
hairs got
back
crossed.
to it.
Yeah.
My
Back
bad.
to it. No, I love the Money Pit. I think it's comedy gold.
Yeah, I
he
love that
is
one.
a comedic
amazing movie.
genius in that movie. Just his physical comedy mixed with his facial expressions when things are going wrong. He's on the scaffold.
His
He's
exasperation with life is so great.
he's falling over, and you know.
I can't believe I didn't say that one.
The
What about
Money
the
Pit.
Burbs?
Okay,
Oh, I didn't say the
that's-
Burbs
okay,
either.
but that's not on my list. Burbs is not on my list. It's
It's so good.
no. Number 2, and I again shocked nobody said it. Apollo 13.
Oh my god, I
Come the
love
fuck
Apollo
on,
13.
Oh, I
guys.
forgot about that one
It's-
too.
But you know what? I watched it, and it does hold up. However, it gets a little you're watching a Steven Spielberg blockbuster movie.
right?
Yeah.
Over dramatic.
It's yeah. I don't know. There's just something about that movie though. That
I
just
love that movie.
Locks me in.
It's a great one.
And I also really love, and this is okay. So I'm kind of going through different parts of his career. Really, Tom Hanks in Road to Perdition.
Yeah, that was an okay movie.
I didn't see
That's
that
not
one.
one of my favorites.
It's a dark story. It's based on a true story. It's 1930s or 20s New York gangster story. But his role is so visceral in that he has to play so many darker parts of himself, and you don't really typically see. I mean, Tom Hanks, you guys talk about
America's
Big, and
sweetheart.
He does a lot of fun things. You know, sometimes he does stuff like Forrest Gump, where he was still being comedic, even if he wasn't that wasn't really the intent. Forrest Gump has comedy just built into it. So this role was just him. So, and he's older. You know, he plays an older dude because at this point it was 2004, I think, when that movie came out. So he's not. You know,
Spring Chicken.
Exactly. Or oh my God, think about I think I personally have a preference to this movie more because of my love for the book, but Angels and Demons. The fucking Dan Brown book. I love
The Da Vinci Code movies.
Da Vinci Code was all right, but I really specifically the story of Angels and Demons.
No, that movie is great.
Yeah.
I really like it.
I like Audrey Tautou.
Do it.
The girl
Yeah.
who played Amelie, she was in that movie.
Yes.
Yeah.
I also really liked his performance in Catch Me If You Can.
Oh,
Ooh,
great
fun movie.
That was a good movie. I like that movie. That was one of Leo's best movies. I
Yep.
think.
Yes.
He's so
We
sweet.
should do a top 3 on Leo next episode.
Next time.
I like
Next
that.
time.
Well,
Okay.
actually,
That's a fun game.
we should probably let people know that next time they hear us, we might sound a little different. That's all I can say, and I'll leave it at that. Anyways, we only have a couple little tiny things left here before we close. Youhas has a movie recommendation for us,
Oh yeah.
but quickly, we tried new M&Ms, the 3 new flavors. Have you tried them, Youhas?
I thought we talked about this.
No, we have not talked about this on a show yet.
I thought we did.
No, we tried them after we did that podcast.
I don't know. Maybe we talked about him on Journey into Comics or something. I feel like we talked about him because
I do too.
We did. We talked about them on last week's Journey into Comics when Skylar and Tyler were up. My fault.
Right.
Have you tried them yet, though?
Nope.
Okay, you should try them. That's all I'll say.
You should try the toffee ones. The toffee ones are where it's at.
Toffee.
I haven't been seeing them lately, though.
Uh-oh.
I've been
Those are the
seeing
best ones.
coconut ones and the jalapeno ones.
Yeah, pass.
Yeah,
on
the Thai
jalapeno.
coconut ones were okay.
Yeah, they're just okay, but like if you keep eating them, to me, it just started to taste like regular peanut M&Ms. After, like the flavor, just like it was like almost like a smell, a hint of coconut thing happening at first, and then
I feel like they taste like sunscreen after a while.
Yeah, they're
that
little
90s sunscreen flavor of coconut.
Yeah, the jalapeno ones, I'll save my review. You can try that and just have your.
You
own
might
opinion.
actually like those.
Jalapeno M&Ms?
They have a fresh jalapeno taste. They do get a little spicy. It's good. It's spicy chocolate. It's not bad. But I want to hear your review now, man. I'm sorry, I forgot we had already discussed the M&Ms. We are foodies. I thought
we have a lot of food.
Yeah, we too many foods. So
all the foods.
Break it down, man. Good sir.
Oh, the recommendation.
Yeah, I want to know what we should watch next.
So, fun fact: because I basically live. Champaign, Illinois is the big town I live near. They have this thing called Ebert Fest. Because when Roger Ebert was alive, he actually is from Champaign, and so he kept coming back from Chicago area with his wife. I think her name is Chaz, actually. And they came back, and they would always do this huge week-long movie festival, and it's wonderful. And he would pull these people up. I don't care if the movie came out like 20, 30, 40 years ago. If he could pull somebody, he would pull talent, like known actors and actresses, or just producers, directors, and have this freewheeling discussion after the movie. And before it, he would give this grand introduction. This is why I have this movie here, and this is why it's amazing.
That's cool.
He has since died, of course, but fun fact, his wife, every time on the drive up with their steak and shake shakes in hand because they didn't get it, up there, they had to come down here and get it. He would just keep rattling off this list of movies he wishes he did this festival. It's okay, next time. And so she has this massive fucking notebook of this stuff, and that's how she continues the festival to this day.
That's so cool.
Shit.
Along with like the new stuff. Like at one point, actually, I got to see Guillermo, if I can speak, Guillermo del Toro speak, because they replayed that.
I love Guillermo del Toro.
Right?
It was that
but it was like that haunted house movie where it was like the red clay and the ground and it looked bloody. I forget what it was called. It was kind of forgettable, I'm not gonna lie, but it was very beautiful.
I didn't see that movie, but I saw like the costumes exhibited at the LACMA when I was in LA. They had a Guillermo del Toro exhibit of all of his shit that he curated for just that event, and there was like this beautiful like blood red gown on display from that movie.
It's just,
I don't remember the name though.
But yeah, no, and yeah, he did. He came on stage and he was, you know what he mostly talked about? He's like, I am fat and I love pizza. He was just keeping it real while talking about the movie.
My man.
So that's basically what that is. And when I went to this, I forget what year it was, but essentially my favorite movie of the entire festival, the point to this entire discussion, it was this movie called Love and Mercy. It had already come out. I just didn't see it when it was in theaters. It was about, I'm going to say Brian Wilson. Is that the main guy from Beach Boys?
Oh, we did watch that. I forgot that that's what that was called.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Beach Boys movie, that was sad.
Oh, that was good though.
Brian Wilson.
Super
it was
good.
really good. We did see that.
Okay, cool.
Sorry.
So who did they have come up and talk for that? Anybody, or was it just the movie?
You know what? Sometimes, and this was one of them. What happens is the local radio channel, Mix 94.5, every
WAZ. Yeah, I know.
They have this every Friday. They bring on this guy named Chuck, the movie guy, or maybe I think that's his name. That's not important. What happens is he reviews. He is this reviewer of movies, and he came up after the show to kind of have this freewheeling discussion about it. Now, I mean, oh, wait, I'm sorry. I'm tripping over my own words. He didn't come up afterwards. Before the movie, he led the discussion of why it's important, why this is even at the festival to begin with.
Cool.
Because after Roger Ebert died, there's still this massive void of having this movie critic. So he will fill in from time to time because he is the local critic who actually works at the same newspaper place that Ebert worked at before he made it big in Chicago, and then the rest, as they say, is history. But yeah, no, in fact, he actually, and since y'all have seen it, you'll probably recognize this. One of the things he said that kind of set me in the mood for this movie is, for those who have not seen Love and Mercy, the reason I was going to say I recommend it, to shamelessly pilfer Chuck the Movie Guy's introduction speech, was, for the most part, biopics, thumbs down. It's the same shit over and over, and you would think, oh, no matter the story, maybe if they just throw something in different. No, but they always falls into the same tropes.
It's always the Hollywood version of what happened.
Which is why I've heard about Bohemian Rhapsody, which is why I haven't seen it yet.
Nate hasn't wanted to watch that yet, because he was told that.
So, and then here's this movie, right, about the Beach Boys, which some really great songs, but I just didn't have the personal. It wasn't the Beatles. It was like the Beach Boys. I didn't have enough personal interest to glob onto this, and it was a biopic. What really did I have personally going on to go watch this? Well, here I am at the festival. I'm obviously going to watch it. And what he said was, unlike a lot of biopics, even though there are some tropes, because, it's still a movie, it has to be somehow contained in a way that, the audience can digest. But he was like, it had this different feeling to it. And he said just 15 minutes in, he could tell it was different. It just hits you hard because the story is so sad. In fact, the title Love and Mercy comes from after all that shit blows over in the 80s. He comes back now that his mind is unclouded and his heart is filled with love. He comes back with this amazing comeback song called Love and Mercy. Just this outreach to fucking humanity, and it's beautiful. But the thing is the reason why he loved it so much is the reason I loved it is because I went into this thinking, oh, this is going to suck. It's a biopic, and I loved it. And those are the best kind of movies sometimes when your expectations are super low and you're like, wow, that was the best fucking thing ever, and I'd watch it again. So.
Totally.
That's the one we watched with Dad, right? Yeah, man, that's a...
Yeah.
That one I always get confused with The Wrecking Crew, that documentary about the session band.
Different.
I know, it's just the title, Love and Mercy. I'm never going to forget it now. But we did watch that movie a while ago, and I really thought it was a great movie as well. Yeah. It wasn't typical. I thought it was really good. They didn't Hollywood butcher it too bad.
I don't think so. Well,
no.
I think that's going to be it. You got anything else left to say before we get out of here, folks?
I'm so glad that you were able to come up and hang out with us and talk food and movies. Got to do it again.
Absolutely. Yes, so much fun.
I can't fucking believe you haven't seen Wayne's World. We're going to remedy that immediately.
Yeah, we're going to make time to make that happen. Keep it in check there. But all right, well, folks, before we get out of here, let's talk about those plugs. You guys know them, you love them. We are Foodies Watching Movies. You can check us out every other Wednesday right here on the Journey Into Comics Network at journeyintocomics.com, or get us on Podbean, Spotify, Stitcher Radio, iTunes, Google Play Music, CastBox, and any other podcasting service. Just search Journey Into Comics Network, subscribe, get all the shows on our network. You guys know them and love them. And then go to patreon.com/Journey Into Comics. If you love us enough to want to hear shit before anybody else, give us $1 for early access and exclusive content, and you'll get it, like I said, before anybody else, and you'll be fucking gangster for doing that. We really appreciate you. Yeah. I think that is going to do it for this week's episode of Foodies Watching Movies, Season 3, Episode 13. Youhas Goes North. I've been Nate.
I'm Veronica.
Sarah.
And I'm Andrew.
Let's get the fuck out of here and eat fearless. Bye, guys.
Hey, this is Nathan Explosion from Death Clock, and I just wanted to tell you guys about an event coming up in here pretty soon, March 23rd. Fun for Funds. It's a Journey Into Comics Network event.
Oh yeah, and it's featuring live podcasts from Brews with Dudes, and Podcastrophe, and Dungeons with Dudes, and Journey Into Comics.
With performances by those jackasses in band number 1. Also, Boner Sylvie, Walk Among Us, and yesterday's Chips.
I do not want to say the things about the comedians, the big Santa Claus's comedians, name's Patrick's Mercies. It's the live stand-ups guys that will be there at the North End Pubs on March 23rd.
Dr. Roxo, the Rock and Roll Club, baby. Here to tell you one last thing, man. You might have forgot about it, but doors are opening at 3. We're gonna have podcasts at 4. You're gonna pay $10, baby, and it's 21 and up. That's a fact, Jack. Check it out.
That was one of the best decisions I ever made. Following McLaughlin's Facebook profile.
Who?
Kyle.
Kyle MacLachlan. Oh my God.
When I
love his Facebook page.
I followed it and I was
I
like,
did too.
why have I not?
Me too. Like a month ago, I started following and I was like, oh my God. I've been missing this my whole life.
Posts.
Yes.
And his, like, I feel like he at least has a
Check. Nate, 1, 2, check.
I can't decide.
Okay.
He's got to have some kind of social media manager.
Right, but it sounds like it's in his, like...
This is Dale Cooper we're talking
in his
about?
voice. Yeah.
Dale Cooper.
Yeah, I'm sure it's like his personal assistant who's with him 24/7.
That's what I'm saying. Like, it's somebody that's close to him because it's not like, for instance, David Tennant's one.
How's my levels? Am I okay?
You sound really good.
Okay.
Yeah.
I would just...
a little bit closer.
Pinch closer. Here, let me help you.
No,
Help yourself.
that's like off. There we go.
Glorious.
Okay.
Cool.
Okay.
Your sound... Yeah, just right into the mic for a second.
Just right in the mic for a
You
second.
don't have to be on top of it. But
not on top of it. At least a fist away.
Yeah, and like I said, you can just project your normal voice, like talk to me however, and I'll adjust your levels exactly accordingly. Now, one thing, if you're going to get really loud and exuberant, try to keep in your mind to just back away a little bit when you're projecting, because it's going to pick up the same.
Well, maybe I want like a soft voice, like I'm on some kind of like radio
Then
talk
get on
show.
that dick, bro. Get on that dick. Like, be right on top, just inside of it. You know, you got to be
Jesus
like...
Christ.
You have to just be like here, you know, in it.
Coming up next, we have lesbian Norwegian folk group singers.
This is Aja Yaja.
I'll do my Bjork impression. She's Icelandic, I know, but whatever.
Bjork.
I'm just letting you know that if you do that, I'll complain once more.
It's damn fine coffee. I'm drinking it too fast.
Yeah, be careful. It's the blonde room.
Ooh,
that's right.
I'm already like, hello, good morning. I'm awake now. 2 sips in.
I've just been kind of sipping it, and I'm already like, woo! Ooh.
You should take a picture of it. It's precious. Here, I'll take a picture.
Awesome. Looks like one of those Celeste strawberries.
Wow. It's like the
Yeah, from my
fucking
adorable
reality stone of strawberries.
You know what?
Sweet.
That's like the
I can't cut you.
that's like the perfect strawberry that you would
Eat
see.
it.
That's the
Eat it
perfect
whole.
kind of strawberry you would see like in an advertisement for like a
Yeah.
tart, and they just put like the perfect strawberry on top.
Let me see the picture. I want to see the picture.
Look at it.
Damn.
I know, it's a little tough.
It's a damn fine picture.
Or as Ollie says, it's feathers.
Feathers. Yeah, he calls them feathers.
You know the one that's like this, and it has the feathers on the top. That's how you describe it.
I'd
That's
be
the
like,
fucking
okay.
most adorable thing. I've never heard him say that before.
Yeah. You know, with the feathers.
I just-
Strawberry? Yeah, that.
I would love if you took that bite and you're like, oh, why was that the perfect?
She be little, but she be fierce, or whatever that is. Though she be but little, she is fierce. That's funny.
Sometimes what's funny, it's not just, oh, this is like that strong stuff, that blonde mix, right? No, sometimes it's just, hey, so remember earlier in the episode when I was drinking coffee, episode being today, not this podcast episode, but it's like, no, so I had coffee earlier, and then it was like, oh, that's quaint, you know, guess I'm getting a slight buzz. But then I had a second cup of coffee, and then unlocked the first one, and then I was like, Oh shit! What have I done?
Oh, that was a great intro.
You are now seeing lightning in your eyes.
I mean, the room is kind of spinning, and I'm starting to hear carnival music. Yes, but
Are we ready?
Oh yeah, we're ready to rock and roll whenever you're ready to go.
Okay.
You want me to give you the countdown?
Sure.
All right, we'll go in 3, 2,